I'm going to try to keep this video just a little bit shorter. But what I will say is this is one of the most ridiculous, one of the wildest things I have ever seen. And what this is showing me is that we are very likely to have a bounce here for SHIB, and it's going to be a hard one. Now, obviously, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice. Things can change very, very quickly in the crypto market, but never before have I seen this type of imbalance. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So first of all, understand that I'm not saying today is our major bounce day. I'm not saying, by the time this video comes out, SHIB is going to be exponentially higher in terms of price. You always run that possibility, right? You never know which direction the wind is going to blow in the markets, especially the weekend, because we have lower volume. It's a question of retail conviction. Are they going to continue to, defend price? Are we going to see some more people just calling it quits and saying they're not cut out for the crypto market and moving on to something else? And we get those people too. But what I will say has been very good for Shiba Inu is that the conviction has been strong. We've continued to see defending of price. We've continued to actually see Shiba Inu holders on the rise. This is a great sign. So again, we're once again surging actually since, May 12th. In terms of Shiba Inu holders, we're back above even those highs from the earlier part of May. So this is a great sign. We're very quickly accelerating in terms of new all-time high once again there. Exchange supply continues to drop, yada, yada. A lot of the same stuff we've been talking about for quite some time. But what I did find very interesting for Shiba Inu is never before have I seen this level of imbalance in the long and short ratio. So what we're actually seeing is now a 14% imbalance. Yes, 14% more short interest in the market than there is long interest. Now, that might, for some people, sound kind of strange, and it is kind of strange. Normally, we don't get that far separated because what happens is when you do get that far separated, you tend to have liquidations the opposite direction. All right. So what this means is that because there is so much short interest above here, you can see Shiba Inu very quickly accelerate, liquidate shorts to the upside, just as we've seen some long liquidations over the last 24 hours, and see aggressive moves in price. Now, again, I'm not guaranteeing this is going to happen for sure. You could have all these shorts close their positions in profit here and just decide to call it quits, and then SHIB has to organically work its way back to the upside. But we have seen this happen before where shorts have tried to press the market down. And a lot of times, especially when the overall market's red and you go into weekends where you have lower volume, they tend to get just a little bit too confident. And we have seen this turn into pops before. All right. Just looking back at some of these several instances, we saw this on most of these green candle days. You, in fact, saw aggressive runs to the upside. You saw quick wicks to the upside. Now, the only downside to that is when you do get some of those moves, they're not always sustainable. They can lead towards sustainable moves, right? Like I guarantee if we look back at the data, some of these runs here, like these daily candles for SHIB that were over 20%, we saw big short liquidations to the upside. And then you get some retracements that come along with it. That's just the way it works, right? But I wanted to share this with you guys. I wanted to make sure you're aware that this imbalance is present. Right now, what you're seeing in the market is kind of artificial. And I don't like to point towards manipulation often, but retail is somewhat manipulated right now. We've seen manipulation taking place for most of 2025. It's because sentiment has been such garbage. It's because volume has been lower and everybody's just stuck watching and waiting and not wanting to make the wrong move. And it's kind of funny because now the people that were trying to press down the market, they seem to be making a lot of the wrong moves. And that's why we've witnessed this hard market pivot. That's why SHIB's current trend is in fact up and to the right. Now that could change. Again, the people forget that the market, it's a living, breathing thing, right? There will be days where it's good and it seems like everything's hunky-dory and sunshine and rainbows. And then it very quickly, a storm cloud rolls in and we start moving the opposite direction, right? So what I will say is just pay attention to this. I would not be surprised if we do start getting some pops as time goes on, as we start to see these short liquidations. If we once again see SHIB set a little bit higher of a local high. But I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.